Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Jeffrey. Okay, let me first and foremost let me introduce myself to all of you here this evening. Yeah, continue to chat with me. Anyway, my name is Jeffrey. I'm from Study Hub. At the same time, I'm also the co-founder of a company called JS Study Solutions. So we have two companies. What we do is that we do a lot of student advisory pertaining to tertiary education. Okay, so we have got many offices over Malaysia. Later on, I will show you our slide to show you where we are. Okay, but if you can right now, if you have your phone with you, silakan lah ya. Like our Facebook, okay, Study Hub and JS Study Solutions. Please like our Facebook sebab kami mempunyai banyak lagi program-program webinar yang akan datang. Okay, we are having a lot more webinar series coming for your benefit. Okay, we're going to talk about different programs. We're going to talk about different universities, Malaysia, and we will definitely think that it is beneficial for you. Okay, so I cannot see all of you here. I know that many more are coming in. Awesome. Okay, and we will go along as we start. Let me share my screen just to begin. Here you go. Hang on for a while. Let me share my screen. I will start my presentation. Okay, everyone, can you still see me? Okay, I hope you can still see me. Now, tonight you are here because you want to understand about the differences to study abroad in the few countries that I have actually chosen to speak to you tonight. Okay, kamu nak tahu banyak lebih mengenai peluang belajar di luar negara. Okay, you want to know more about going abroad for education. How many of you here really can't wait to go to study overseas? Please type in the chat box. Okay, how many of you here want to go to Australia, want to go to Ireland, or go to anywhere? Yeah, me, who? Which country you want to go? Come, pray out. Is it Australia, Singapore, anywhere else? Oh, Singapore, Delhi, UK. Yeah, UK. Okay, Australia tak nak ke? Apa semua UK, Ireland, Singapore je? Australia? Mahal kan? Expensive. Okay, there's one. Australia, okay. Very good, yeah. If you please put in, yeah, Australia, yeah, Australia also. Yeah, Farah, I know you like Australia. I also like Australia. Which part of Australia do you know? Okay, Australia's a very big country. You know, which part of Australia have you thought of about that? Is it in Western Australia? Is it in New South Wales, in Victoria? Anyway, put in the chat box. Yeah, awesome. Okay, now I am going to start off this even before we talk about the differences. Okay, to study in this country. You know, I want to ask you all a question. I think that you all should have that in mind already. Let me just ask you all. Why do you choose to study abroad? Kenapa kamu nak belajar di luar negara? What are some of the reasons you want to study abroad? You know, if you can have it there, put in the chat box, you know, or you can put your vocal, just unmute yourself. Okay, make this a very interactive session if you can. Tell me why you want to study abroad. Nak tengok orang putih ke? Budak kacak dari budak asing dari Eropah. Is it that's the reason? Yeah, Farah, I like it. Farah, where are you from, Farah? Personally, to gain new experiences and to feel different surrounding. Awesome. Yeah, that's right. Who else? What else? Why do you want to go to study abroad? Yeah, experience new lifestyle. Family matters. I feel like I'm more marketable. Yeah, true. Very good. Hey, you're all Form 5, right? And I think very exciting that you are quite mature to know that you know what you want. And I like, Nalina, what you're saying. You feel that you're more marketable. So true. So true, huh? What are the reasons? Why do students want to study abroad? Why not choose Malaysia? There are so many hundreds of universities in Malaysia. Do you know that? Try to be independent. Very, very good. Yeah, be independent. Yeah, away from your home. Yeah, away from your parents. Nobody to go after. Nobody to look at you as an eagle. You know, at home they see you like eagle. Yeah, not many universities and colleges. Hey, are you sure, Priya? Not many universities offer your course. What course do you want to study, Priya? Put it there. What kind of program you want to study? Yeah, so nice to see that you all forensic science. Okay, no wonder you say no Malaysia, not much opportunity. They are, but you realize, you know, you're right. There are not many, but there are some opportunity. High five. Yeah, high five. Yeah, high five. Hey. Oh, high five. Okay, now let me share with you some of the reasons, you know, that students over the years have shared with me why they prefer or why they want to study abroad. Okay, and these are some of the reasons why. Okay, some of the reasons that you gave are actually inside this slide. Okay, many of the students want to go abroad to learn a different culture, to learn a different language. Yeah, they want to travel Europe. They want to go to UK because they know in UK is very nearby to German, very nearby to Spain, very nearby to Manchester United. Yeah, boys. Oh, very nearby to Liverpool. So they want to actually go there to watch football. At the same time, they want to maybe, just go somewhere, enhance your employment opportunities. The other one who was mentioning just now, marketable. Hey, true. Very, very true. When you come back from overseas, to develop the skills of many students who have not got an opportunity to study overseas, and that kind of skills that you obtain will be very marketable as an employee to a corporation. Okay, and these are some of the reasons over here. I won't go to you one by one because there are too many to share it to you, but definitely these are the reasons why students nowadays will still prefer to study abroad. Okay, just to share with you, I myself, okay, I'm not that young, I'm not so old, but I'm more or less there. But I have studied also in overseas in Australia. Okay, I graduated from Australia. Okay, I'm not going to mention the university that I graduated from, but I graduated at the year of 1999, and all of you here probably are not born yet at the time. Am I right? Well, that was where I graduated from Australia. But well, over the last 20 years, students are still going, to overseas for education purposes, and it has not stopped. It will not stop. Okay, and there are many opportunities in overseas, and this is the reason why it is popular. I'm going to show you a video before I get right into the topic of tonight. What are the comparison between the four countries? And this video will give you a very good feel why you should study overseas. Take it off, Yongjin.
Ok, je vais poser une question. Estelle et-
Okay, thank you. I hope that you enjoyed that video. YJ, is it only you that feel the lag? I'm not too sure, but I don't really feel any lag over here. So maybe you can check your internet connection. Let me go back to my screen again. Where is it? Okay, I hope that you enjoyed that video. Okay, it tells you a lot about why students go abroad to study. And tonight, okay, because of time and also because of the many opportunities around the world, I won't be able to share with you for every country, and I won't be able to share with you for a lot of hours. I know that you guys have a plan later on at after 9 o'clock. So I have chosen four. I have chosen four different countries where I have actually observed that students still prefer in these 4 different countries that is listed here. You can see it is Australia, and Ireland is a developing country. I mean, developing country in terms of student a population going to the country to study. UK, as well as our neighbor country in Singapore. All right. Now, of course, if you have a preference to other countries like America, Canada, New Zealand, Korea, China, whatever not, okay, it's more or less about the same why they choose to study in this country. But if you need to know information from those countries that is not listed here, hey, feel free to just contact us. Okay, come to us. We'll be happy to meet you or even to talk to you personally on the opportunity in this country. In fact, tonight my session will be approximately about 30 minutes. It's 8:16 now. I will finish my presentation approximately about 8:40, 45. I will allow you to ask questions, anything at all in regarding to study abroad. Okay, you can ask me about how visa requirement is to be met. You can ask me anything at all, okay, and I will try my best if I could answer you tonight. Otherwise, I will come back to you and answer you the next time when I see you. Okay, those who just joined us, welcome to our webinar series. It's organized by Study Hub, Student Advisory, and also JS Study. Okay, we are a student placement office. Our services are free of charge. We do not charge a fee for what we are doing in helping you, okay, to look for a better options to study abroad or even to apply to universities or colleges or whatever institutions around the world or even Malaysia. Okay, so we are professionals. My colleagues are here with me. If you have anything at all, you want to ask about anything at all, at any time you want, please feel free. I know you are at your crossroad. You are Form 5. It's a very important period right now for you to determine what career you want to pursue and which pathway it is the more suitable pathway for you. Okay, so don't just let this 30 minutes finish. Okay, it is a very nutshell presentation. I won't be going very detailed because it will be too much to cover if I go detail, but I will give you a very nutshell understanding the differences in these 4 countries. So feel free to ask me questions again. Now let me go straight. These 4 countries, the picture here shows you, okay, if you're familiar, how many of you here been to Australia already and you've been to Sydney? I'm quite sure some of you here has been to Australia for a vacation, probably not last year, but you've been there before. That is the picture on the top left. It's the Opera House. Yeah, Opera House is a beautiful place. I've been there. I've been inside. You know, it's actually a theater where they have a lot of performances, like something like our KLCC Convention Center, and this is the Opera House in Sydney. Of course, on the right top side, you know, the top right, you know, is the London Bridge. Okay, I'm quite sure that you heard of the song "London Bridge is Falling Down." Okay, that is the London Bridge. Okay, of course, at the bottom, everyone would know that picture, right? Everyone would know that picture. You know that picture on the bottom right? You know this picture? Yeah. Feel free to continue to communicate with me. Don't leave me there. Singapore, yes, Farah. But what specific building is that? Do you know? Okay, it's a very famous hotel. Yeah. Cool. Marina Bay Sands. Yeah. So go there if you can, have time. Actually, there's another building next to it, which is this oval shape. You know, it's actually a gardens by the bay. It's beautiful. I've been there. It's very nice. It's a conservative building. You know, it's beautiful. And this Singapore, of course, you have Ireland. Ireland. I do not have a landmark to show you, but Ireland has got a lot of bridges. You know, there's a picture here of a river that this river actually separates the North Island in Dublin, the North Dublin and the South Dublin, and there are 24 bridges, okay, along North Dublin and South Dublin, where these 24 bridges serve as a connection point. Okay, it's beautiful. If you go to Ireland, every bridge has a different pattern, different design, so it's interesting. Yeah, so we are talking about these 4 countries this evening. Now, I want to start with telling you the reputation and the quality of education. Some parents ask me, Jeffrey, what do you think about Australia compared to UK? Which one do you think has got a better quality of education? You know, this question is actually quite easy to answer, but at the same time, it's very tough to answer as well. because there is not much of a difference in terms of the quality. Okay, in fact, tonight, the four countries that I'm uh, sharing with you girls and you guys, they are not very much difference in terms of the quality. Okay, Australia has been known for more than 100 years now. My uncle, which is 80 over years old, okay, he's still around. My uncle graduated from Australia. He's 80 over years old. Okay, myself, I graduated from Australia 20 years ago. Australia has been a very popular destination for Malaysians, okay, to go over to study, and it has got world-class education system. Okay, everyone knows that Australia is very near to us. Okay, it's only about 4 hours if you go to Perth, and it's 8 hours if you go to Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane, and they have got fantastic, okay, world-class education. They have only got 42 universities in Australia, not many, much more. And I know some of them are top-ranked university, like Monash University, like Melbourne University, UNSW. You will know them; they're quite familiar names. Of course, there is no argument. They've been known for a long time as a good place. UK, nevertheless, the same, very historical. I mean, not historical, very. I would say. Very close to our country in terms of education system. Malaysia is very much like UK because we are a Commonwealth country, so we immaculate a lot of the education system in from the UK. Of course, all the years we have actually customized to our local flavors. So we have got SPM and whatever not. But over the last time, if you ask your grandparents, they were learning the O levels, the A levels from the UK. We don't have our SPM or what you call the PT3 right now, okay, or the SCPM. They were running the A levels and O levels. So UK has got a very strong historical track that with Malaysia we are similar. Of course, in UK there are 128 universities, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Some are very traditional universities like Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial. You know these names? And then we are familiar with the top universities in UK. If you know, just put it there, in the chat box. I want to know how much you know about UK top universities. Of course, there are some modern universities like UWE, De Montfort University, Teesside, East Anglia. These are modern universities. Okay, so nevertheless, these universities are some are government, some are private, and again, they have got good facilities, no issue on the quality. Ireland, because Ireland is a country maybe many of you here may not have heard of, because they are not so long in terms of the historical presence in Malaysia in terms of students going abroad to study. Like in Australia, it's been more than 100 years. In UK, around there as well. But in Ireland, to be very honest with you, only popular with Malaysian students or Asian students the last 10 years. Okay, not many people know about Ireland. Ireland is a Republic of Ireland, talking about not the Northern Ireland part of UK. The Republic of Ireland, which is the capital city of Dublin, called Dublin, it's not very much heard of. But Ireland has become a powerhouse in economy in Europe. Ireland has become a global powerhouse of economy in Europe. And that is the reason why many big economies are opening investments into Ireland. And for that reason, okay, the skills demand for graduate to be employed in these corporations are very much needed. And therefore, over the last 10 years, Irish government know there is a need to fill up the talent, to fill up, the employment gap. Therefore, they begin to open up the opportunities for students abroad from Asia, from Asia to come over to study in their universities at the same time, to get employment. I'll tell you more about it later. Okay, of course, Singapore, which is very nearby to all of us here, you'll be very known to NUS, University of Technology, Singapore, NUS, NTU. Okay, these are government universities. They are top ranking universities, but at the same time, Singapore as well are very similar to Malaysia. They have got their own private colleges. They have got branch campuses that comes from Australia, and they open a campus in Singapore. So it's very similar to Malaysia, but the interesting thing about in Singapore is that if you choose to go to private colleges and obtain a diploma or a degree from abroad for another country, what I mean is that a training program, you actually can complete your degree very quick. For example, you are Form 5. If in Malaysia, to complete a degree, you will need approximately about 4 to 5 years. Okay, talking about from your pre-U all the way to your degree, undergraduate. In Singapore, if you were to complete your undergraduate program, you could actually finish it in 2.5 years to 3 years. And that is pretty quick. I'm talking about the private universities, yeah, private colleges, and it's pretty quick, and it's awesome. It's awesome, okay? Because Singapore, they want manpower as well, and their system of education is to get you there, complete their program, and come out to the workforce. And that's it. You know, they are very solid in their curriculum, and they study in a very longer duration but solid curriculum. Okay, so in terms of the reputation and the quality of education, nothing to be worried about. As long as you graduate from any of this country, you want to go anywhere else in the world to work, you will be known. If you come into Malaysia, you want to study and work in Malaysia, or or continue your higher education in Malaysia after master's degree, you can also do that. So there is no doubt. Okay, don't worry. You know, you're not going to a country that is so small that nobody knows, like Cyprus, or going to a country like it's called somewhere in the Central Asia, you know, the ex-Soviet Union country. You will be fine. You will be fine. Okay, you're all right. You are still there. Okay, if you're still there, just say hi again. Okay, so that I will know that I'm talking to myself. Now, next, this is something that everybody wants to ask. Okay, this is something that first and foremost you want to know. How much? How much would be the degree, the tuition fee? Tuition fee, not the tuition center tuition fee, okay? Tuition fee means yuran pembayaran pelajaran, okay? Tuition fee means what you need to pay to the university to partake a study, okay? So if you are looking at the cost fee for your education in abroad, of course lah, ya, janganlah, ya, tanya. Memang, okay, surely it is more expensive than Malaysia. Okay, arguably, okay, in general, okay, it could be more expensive than Malaysia, but it is not too far difference in some country. Okay, now let me show you to you. In Australia, jikalau kamu, okay, I will use a bit of Malay, bahasa Malaysia, because I know there are some of you here are Malay, my Malay friends, so I will campur Malay and English. Is it okay? Okay, I won't be using Chinese or obviously Tamil, yeah. So in Australia, the cost fee, this is a per year fee, ya. Ini ialah yuran untuk pelajaran setahun, bukan keseluruhan. Okay, this is not for the whole entire course fee. The course fee for Australia stands between 23,000 Australia dollar up to $63,000. Okay, that is how much a year fee in Australia. Okay, now you will ask me, Mr. Jeffrey, kenapa perbezaannya banyak sangat? Why is there so much difference in Australia from $23,000 1 year all the way to 63? It is because of two reasons. Number one, the choice of the program you want to study. If you're going to do medicine in University of Melbourne, you can more or less know how much it will cost you. It will be very high. Number two is based on the reputation of the university. The higher the ranking of each university, the more expensive the fee will be. Ringgit Malaysia, okay. Ringgit Malaysia for Australia, what is the exchange rate? Can you tell me? Now let's do some calculation. Australian dollar to Ringgit Malaysia is $1, 3 ringgit. Okay, $1, 3 ringgit. If you're looking at 20, okay, I give an average $30,000. How much would that be in Ringgit Malaysia per year? Yes, thank you, Farah. Okay, I give an average $1, 3 ringgit. Yeah, we just round down to 3 ringgit. If you have to study in Australia for 1 year, the first year, $30,000, it means that you are paying 90,000 ringgit. Tuition fee aja ya. Belum kira lagi sara hidup. Haven't count the living expenditure. UK is 10,000 pounds to 38,000 pounds. Again, depending on which university, the higher the ranking, the more expensive it will be. The program that you choose, if medicine, dentistry, pharmacies, usually it is more expensive. Okay, if you choose business program, architecture program, maybe it's slightly more affordable. So, how much is UK to dollar, Farah? Since you are so good, come tell me quickly. UK pound to ringgit Malaysia. What is the perbezaan penukaran exchange rate? 1 pound, how many ringgit? Okay, and then if you look at Ireland, 1 pound. Oh, very good, Amil. Thank you very much. Oh, you guys are from which school? 1 pound is equivalent to 5 ringgit and 69 cents, about 550 lah. I usually put 550 to average out. If you study a program that costs you 11,000 pounds or 12,000 pounds, that will cost you approximately about 60 to 70,000 ringgit 1 year. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. Okay, Ireland. We go to Ireland. Ireland will cost you about 9,000 euro. Ya, tengok lambang itu ya. That is a symbol of a euro currency. Euro and pound got difference there. One with two tails, one with only one tail in the middle. So how much is euro now? Farah Amil. Oh, very good. 490. Okay, 490 ringgit Malaysia equal to 1 euro. But if you look at the tuition fee, let's say 11,000 euro, or sorry, no, 10,000 euro. It only costs you about 49,000 ringgit per year, the tuition fee. Okay, very, very good. And Singapore, okay, Singapore will be, okay, so sorry, I think I put a wrong calculation. I shouldn't put this one. This is a total tuition fee for Singapore. Okay, because Singapore, because of Singapore, the timing of the degree is very short, only about 1.5 years to 2 years. It's hard for me to break it down to 1 year. So I give you a total for Singapore. The fee to study in Singapore private colleges for a degree will cost you between 21,000 to about 50,000. Okay, 60,000, depending again the program. What do you want to study? Okay, how much Singapore dollar? You should know lah. Huh? Yes, thank you, Farah. Farah is my assistant tonight. Okay, thank you, Farah. Okay, so Singapore dollar to a ringgit Malaysia is 3 ringgit. Okay, so you can more or less know now how much it is for you to study in abroad per year for tuition fee. Among here, which is the cheapest? Yang mana paling murah? Can you know which is the most affordable? No, not Singapore. Are you sure? If you, okay, we look at the lowest price. If, okay, yeah, Singapore in a way, technically you are right. It is a more affordable. Okay, but it depends again the program. Ireland can be also affordable, not too bad. Okay, it's about 45,000 ringgit a year. So if it's times with 3 to 4 years, it's about 150 to 200,000 ringgit for tuition fee for 3 to 4 years. Okay, now take note of the tuition fee. But of course, when you study abroad, you will not only just pay the tuition fee. Okay, you must also know the cost of living. The cost of living in this country, if you got a paper, please mark it down. Okay, I do not have, this is recorded, you can watch again on YouTube, but mark it down if you want to. This will be the cost of living per year, okay, in this country. Australia will be the most expensive country to live in. I'll be very honest with you. Okay, Melbourne City is the most expensive city to live in around the world. Do you know that? Melbourne, Sydney, these two cities in Australia are considered, okay, very, very vibrant. You will love Melbourne, but it is considered the most expensive city to live in. But I'm giving you an average. If you choose to study in Adelaide, in Tasmania, okay, the fee of living is lower, about $17,000–18,000. But if you choose to go to Sydney and Melbourne, $25,000 actually is quite alright. Of course, in UK, depending on where you want to go in UK is very big. You know, if you go to London, London will be very, very expensive. London and Manchester, okay, are the most expensive city in UK. It can cost you about 1,000 average 1,000 pound a month. And if you do go, but if you study in smaller city like Bristol, other smaller city, it should cost you only about 8,000 pound. Okay, so in Ireland, okay, again, if you go to Dublin, it will be for 10,000 euro per year for your living. And if you choose to live in smaller city, to go to another university in a smaller city is only costing you 6,000 euro. So Ireland arguably is the most affordable in terms of the living. Singapore obviously not too bad. Okay, not too bad. It's about 12,000 to $15,000 a year. Okay, depending on where you are staying, because Singapore actually technically food and public transport is not expensive, but the only thing that is expensive in Singapore, the accommodation. It can cost up to $600-700 a month for just a room, which you need to share with somebody. Okay, and that is usual. If you want to take a single room in Singapore, you need to prepare more than 20,000, because a single room in Singapore will cost you at least $1,000 a month. Okay, nobody will stay in a single room, to be very honest with you. Usually they will stay at least in the twin sharing room or triple sharing room. Okay, so this will be the cost of living. If you add together from the degree and your cost of living, you will know how much it will be in a year for you to spend. Okay, now some people ask me this question: are there available part-time jobs? Can I work in Australia? Can I work in UK? Can I work here, work there? Yes, the good news is that if you are a student in this country, because you have a student visa, you are eligible to work. Okay, let me just compare to you the difference working opportunity and work in Australia and also in the other country. In Australia, if you are a student, during your vacation time, means during your summer break, your winter break, you can actually work 24 hours. Nobody will stop you. Okay, there is no limit. Government would allow you to work unlimited hours during vacation, which means that you can earn quite a lot of money. If you are a student during your semester, you can only work 20 hours every week. Okay, 20 hours every week. Okay, that is usually the time that you need to know if you are a student working in Australia. Okay, sorry, 20 hours per fortnight, so it's actually every 2 weeks. Okay, in UK you can also work for 20 hours during your school time a week. Okay, during holidays you can work up to 40 hours standard. Okay, which is normal for UK. If you work 40 hours a week during holiday, 20 hours a week during school days. Okay, any of you here want to know how much you can earn as a part-time student? Yeah, if you want to know, you just type in the chat box. You want to know how much you can earn as a part-time student. In Ireland, okay, you will get approximately about 20 hours a week, okay, legally to work in a restaurant or in a fast food chain, okay. And if you are working during holidays, same like UK, you are eligible to work for 40 hours. All right. Now, what will be one of the benefit of working or studying in Ireland? Let me just share with you this. Okay, because Australia and UK, it is not so clear. Okay, the migration opportunities in Australia and UK, to be very honest with you, is not so clear. So I wouldn't want to comment very much about the opportunity for you to stay back to work after your graduation from your degree. Okay, it is very subjective. Okay, because it is not so easy. I had two nephews studying in Australia in Perth. One of them got a job because he's a lawyer. The other one who studied accountancy tried to get a job and couldn't get any jobs, and he came back and worked with KPMG. All right, just to show you that, you know, even though it is open, but it is not so easy. UK as well. Okay, but in Ireland, if you are looking for migration opportunities or work opportunities after your graduation, yes, after your degree, you are eligible to stay back for 1 year to look for the job and to work. Better still if you continue to study a master's degree, because the government will allow you to stay back for 2 years. In a nutshell, after 2 years, while you are working for a company, very likely you will be absorbed into the workforce. Okay, and you will be given a PR after 3 years. Okay, because of your loyalty and your, you know, of your good discipline, and you're working for 3 years, you know, you will be able to apply for a stay back. Okay, and Ireland has that opportunity. Some of my students who graduated from Ireland, they are now staying back and they're working as engineer, you know, working as a journalist and whatever not. Take note, among the 3 countries over here, 4 countries, Singapore, unfortunately, you have no work opportunity during your study. Okay, students are not allowed to work part-time. Okay, if you are caught working part-time, you will be thrown back to Malaysia. Okay, they're not allowed to work. Okay, but again, big opportunity if you want to stay back to look for a job in Singapore. Some of the students would tell me that I want to stay in Singapore. I want to go to Singapore to study because I will be able to look for a job in Singapore. Yes, you can. Because all the colleges that you are going to study in, whichever that you're looking at, they would have a career guidance department, which one of the function of the career guidance department is to help you to look for some opportunities to be employed in Singapore. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so that will be the four difference. I mean the differences for Australia, UK, Ireland, and Singapore. Any questions so far? I spoke about the part-time job opportunity. I spoke about the different tuition fee, the difference in cost of living. All still okay? All still okay, yeah? I have 4 more minutes before I pass the time to you all to ask me questions. Okay, I'm very, very specific in my time. Style of learning. Okay, now everybody would like to ask, especially parents, they like to ask this question. Why should I send my kid to study abroad? Again, in the style of study. To be very honest with you, many people believe, especially if your parents are a graduate from abroad, if your parents are graduating from UK, Australia, US, they will appreciate that the study learning style is very different. Okay, not to say that Malaysia has got a very bad way of learning. Okay, don't get me wrong. Okay, our country has got a good way. Okay, but you must understand in this country, even in Australia, UK, Ireland, okay, Singapore, but I will keep Singapore aside for a while. Let me just tell you about these 3 countries. In general, they are all they have got very small class sizes. Okay, in Australia they are very much into lectures and tutorials. Okay, if you go to an Australian universities, you will find that they have got classes, tutorial, and they got lectures, but it's the same as UK as well. I mean, it's nothing different. Okay, and where they also have got the practices of wanting to teach you, to train you to be to be competent in your study. They are not there to spoon feed you. One thing I want to share with you: when you study abroad, one of the thing about in overseas, you will not be spoon fed. The lecturers will not have the time to come to the class and tell you, hey, yeah, they will talk to you, they will dialogue with you, they will teach you things that you want to know for your career building, but they're not going to be there to nurture you like a baby. Okay, they expect you to be there, matured, learn, be interactive, be active, and also you're supposed to bring up cases and to be discussed in the classes, and that's what you do in Ireland, in UK, in Australia. Okay, obviously, the workshops. There are plenty of workshops, plenty of small groups discussions. In fact, I will tell you this very, very, very seriously. I mean, you're in Form 5 now. I know you carry a lot of books to school, but in overseas, you don't literally carry any books nowadays. All you need to do is to have a tablet. Okay, you have a tablet. Okay, or you need to have a laptop with you. Definitely, you have one, and everything is obtainable through your platform, your student platform. Okay, you can access the library, you can access to the resources and get anything you want. Okay, and you'll be downloaded. You can actually use those as a guide. Of course, if you want textbook, if you like to have physical books, go to the library. There are some books there, and you can feel it. But otherwise, nowadays in the university, the learning in this country, they are there to encourage you to participate in the learning, instead of teaching you everything for you to go back home to digest. So it's there in there itself, you do your work. In there itself, you be independent to finish your assignments. If you have problems, you can go to see the lecturers, but they are there to just guide you, help you, support you, but they're not there to spoon feed you. All right, that is how it is done in overseas. That's why one of you said that you'll be more marketable, you'll be independent. You see, one of the reasons why students choose to study abroad is because they believe when you study abroad, you'll be able to be marketable. Because why? when you come back from overseas after 3 years, 4 years, it's not only that the way you speak is different, but your way you think will be different. You will be matured. You have a sense of understanding about living skills. You learn the hard way. Yeah, you learn to be able to survive your own in a cold environment, or you have to learn to cook your own. You have to learn to look for a job to earn some part-time living, part-time money to earn some living. So you need all this kind of thing, and it develop you interpersonally from your inside. So basically, that is how you learn when you go abroad. Of course, in Singapore, the learning is very similar to this country, but Singapore, because it is very much I would call it a a fast track program. The reason why you can graduate in 2.5 years, 3 years for a degree after your Form 5 is because Singapore has got a long semesters. Okay, they got long hours. So it's not that it is bad, yeah. The system of education there is to help you to complete your program quick, efficient. You very direct. Very practical. They are there to teach you practical stuff, direct stuff. Learn, go out to the workforce, graduate, and that's how they do it. Okay, and they have no time to talk to you about. In a way, they have no time to talk to you about. Oh, take your time to study. You have 3-4 years to wait for graduation. No, they are pretty quick. Okay, now the last few slides I want to share with you here. Why are the pros and cons? Okay, there is no perfect place to study. Okay, there's no perfect country to be. Okay, if you can find a perfect country, tell me. I want to know where is it. Okay, but every country that you choose has got its good, it's got its bad. Australia is vibrant. Many people live in Australia. Asians live in Australia. Social, culturally, they are very different. Okay, of course, Australia is beautiful. Okay, many surfing area. They are surrounded by many national sites. Recognized program. Nobody would dare to tell you they don't recognize an Australian degree. Okay, but the problem with Australia is that nowadays it is very high cost of living, very high cost of tuition fee. Okay, the Australian speaks a very different accent compared to the British. Do you know that? Okay, if you don't believe me, go and watch an Australian movie. You will get my point. Okay, their accent can be quite deep, and you may have hard time to understand when they speak to you because it's just Australian. Okay, so in fact, I will tell you very frankly speaking, Australia has become the most expensive country to be in for education compared to many other countries. Yeah, in fact, it's the most expensive country. But hey, are students still going to Australia? Yes. Okay, I still have students who will apply to go to Australia. No doubt about it. Okay, now UK. Why UK is popular? UK is in Europe. So many opportunities to travel to Europe. And of course, there are many historic and many cultures in UK. If you go to Wales, you go to England, you go to Scotland, you go to Northern Ireland, there are 4 different countries that form UK. They have got their own culture, their own stories, their own way of living, even though they are called UK, but it is interesting. Of course, you can travel to Europe if you're in UK. If you don't travel to Europe, something is wrong because it is so near to take a train and go at somewhere else, to travel by train to go to another country, cross the border, and that's what students will do. Okay, when you travel and all over Europe. Of course, again, it can be a bit expensive because of the currency. Okay, you have mentioned to me just now, UK stands the strongest. The pound 5.69 to a pound, right? 5 ringgit 69 cent, 5 ringgit 69 sen. So it is considered one of the very high exchange rate for the currency. So many students they think that because of the high currency exchange, they don't choose UK. But relatively, even though it is high, the tuition fee is not so high. So it is about 12,000, 13,000 pounds compared to Australia. So it is still matchable if you compare to Australia. Okay. Of course, Ireland is the lowest in terms of the living, lowest in terms of the education fee. Many part-time jobs available. Many opportunities of employability. But one of the thing about Ireland, I was there in 2017. Ireland is in Europe, but somehow I don't know why it really rains quite a bit. The weather in Ireland can be very sunny. At the time when I went there was summertime, but it can be very sunny, and all of a sudden the sky can become very gloomy, and the rain will come. That's the reason, if you go to Ireland, everybody like to start with this thing. How's the weather? How's the weather? How's the weather? If people talk about the weather a lot, because the weather in Ireland is not able to predict. Yeah, but don't worry. If you go to Ireland, even though it is raining regular or frequently, the rain is not like those storm type of rain. Okay, it's small rain. Okay, you can manage the rain. It's small rain. It will rain and it will come and go. Okay, of course, that is the about Ireland. Singapore, tak payah cakap lah ya. It's very near to us, very Malaysian like. You have Chinese, Malay, Indian. Okay, very close to our culture, very close to home, very near. You can come back to Malaysia if you want to every other month. Okay, the only thing is that in Singapore you are not able to work because some students, when they want to study abroad, they want to know would there be an opportunity to work because they want to pay off their own living. But in Singapore, unfortunately, it is not possible. So every country has got its pros and cons. So no one perfect country. You decide which one is good for you in terms of your budget, in terms of the opportunities that is available, and yep. Okay. Any questions that you would like to ask? Any questions that you have, please feel free to ask right now. I got time for you. Is the restaurants in Ireland cheap? Restaurants in Ireland relatively is not cheap. If each time you want to eat something outside in a restaurant, you will multiply by 4.9, 4.8, you won't find it's cheap. But let me tell you, a normal meal in Ireland will cost you 10 euro to 15 euro. Okay, 10 euro to 15 euro, is it cheap? To be very honest with you, if you compare, it's not expensive. Malaysia, you eat one meal also cost you about 19, 20 ringgit. But you don't eat every day. Yeah, YJ, you don't eat every day. You eat once a week. You cook your own. All the students that I know, regardless where they go, in Ireland, in UK, in Australia, in New Zealand, in anywhere in the world, okay, they would learn to cook. That is the best way to survive. And go out and eat only once in a while. Now, how bad? Okay, Nurul is asking, how bad? Nurul, which country you're referring to? How bad is the racism? Which country, Nurul? Let me know which country. Dan E, can you explain about scholarship? Okay, very good. Dan E, there are scholarships available in this country. Okay, but I can tell you, Dan E, the scholarship that are giving to you is not if you're asking for full scholarship, you won't get it. If you're asking for partial scholarship of the tuition fee, possible to get it, but again, it depends on that particular program, the particular university, the particular period. In a nutshell, scholarships are available, yes. How much the waiver? 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, that's about it. Okay, they won't give you a lot. Okay, you must understand one thing, yeah, everybody. When they want you to study in their country, it's because they want to earn your money. Okay, economy of scale, everybody know this, yeah. So when you go to study in Australia government earn 3 billion revenue from students' fee. You know how much money is $3 billion? Okay, so they will not be able to give you a lot of scholarship unless for some reasons, they have a special reasons, and they will probably ask you to apply for it. But there is scholarship, yeah, then you can have to ask us again personally later on. Okay. Can you okay? Which time is the best to study abroad? Foundation, master, or degree? Farah. There is no best time to study abroad. It all depends on what you're looking at. What is your budget? Why do you see the value in going to abroad? I have students who have finished the SPM, immediately they fly to UK. I've got students who finish the SPM, immediately they go to Ireland. We don't need to wait for the result to come out. I have students who will come and see me after they have done their degree in Malaysia and they go to overseas and do their masters. Now, every one of them will have different reasons for it. There is no right way when is the best time. The best time is the time that you know is the best for you. Okay? And your parents, of course, because the parents are paying for your fee, right? Okay? So you take note of that. Rain Wayne is asking, if I want to study overseas, which has a higher work employability, Ireland or Singapore? Rain Wong, it depends on what you want to study. Do you know the major? What do you want to study? So I can tell you which country is better. Yan Zin, it is okay to study law in Australia. Yan Zin, it is okay to study law in Australia. Okay, definitely okay, but you must ask yourself this question. Once you have studied law in Australia, you want to stay back in Australia or come back to Malaysia? If you want to come back to Malaysia, you must take note which law program that is offered by Australian universities are recognized by our board of Lembaga, what do you call that? Lembaga Peguam, is it? Bar Council, yes. Okay, you must remember, yeah, not all the universities in Australia that offer law program is recognized by our Bar Council. So you must make sure that the Bar Council recognizes it. That's very important. Okay, Yanzi. Then when you have done that, only when you come back, you can go for your CLP. What is average part-time pay for a student? Angeline, again, Angeline, I need to know where you were talking about. Okay, if I give you a nutshell, Angeline, if you're talking about Ireland, you earn about 11 euro. If you go to UK, you earn about 11 pounds. If you go to Australia, you earn about $20. Angeline, okay? Ken, good. Hear me? 11 euro per hour, approximately around there. If you go to UK, you earn about 11 pound, about there. If you go to Australia, a lot of money, man. You earn about $20 an hour if you go to Australia. But remember, yeah, the living in Australia is very, very high. Room rental in Australia costs you about $300 a week. Okay, so you go to UK, room costs you only 80, 70 pounds per week. For Australia, is it compulsory to take OSMED? Oh, no, Farah, you do not need to have OSMED to go to Australia. Of course, if you have OSMED, you can go to Australia, but you can take any other pre-U programs. They will recognize it. Nuro, yeah, I mentioned it to you already, okay? The 4 countries you were asking for. Oh, Nuro asking about the racism. Nuro, if you ask me in general, which country has got no racism? None. All countries would have a certain degree of racism. I'll be very honest with you, including Malaysia. Not me, yeah? I'm saying Malaysia. Okay, we are also very racist sometimes. But among the 4 countries, Ireland, I would say Ireland, okay, has got the least problem in this. In fact, Ireland is the friendliest country and the safest country among the 4 in terms of global statistics. Okay, the people in Ireland, they are not racist. But do you believe what I say? They are not racist. The only thing is that sometimes we are racist over them. We are scared of them because they are white, we are Asian, and we think that they are very fun, they are very different. No. Okay, but to a certain extent, I will tell you that definitely there will be some. But in Ireland, it really hardly heard of. Australia is kind of like that. Rain, what are some of the criteria for full scholarship in Singapore? Rain, you're asking for government scholarship. You're talking about NUS, NTU, because there is no full scholarship in private sector. There is no full scholarship in private sector in Singapore. If you're asking for government universities like NUS and NTU, I would believe that you may want to try to apply for the Asian scholarship, because they also rarely give scholarship openly like this. Okay. What are the criteria for scholarship in Ireland? No criteria. Like I say again, in this country, they will offer you scholarships as given to you as a waiver, 1,000 euro, 2,000 euro, or maybe in a form of free accommodation. Maybe it's in a percentage of 10 to 20%. It depending again on the universities, and it depending again your result, of course. Okay, but in general, Ireland scholarship is quite easy to obtain because it is almost like giving it to you free. Wow, can I apply for the unis in all 4 countries if I do A-levels? Of course you can. You can apply using your A-levels to enter to any universities in the world, Nalina. Okay, anywhere in the world will accept you if you've done A-levels. Okay, not an issue at all. You must be just knowing that what you want to study after A-levels. That is more important, so that you can choose the right subjects for your A-levels. Otherwise, you're not too sure you're going for science or arts. Do Singapore only need science stream people? Do they not need art stream? No, I think Singapore would need people from science stream and art stream, business stream. Okay, I have students who go to Singapore who study in mass communications, who study in business field, different majors. They are getting job there. Okay, range, so no issue at all. I have students who are doing biomedical sciences who are planning to stay back in Singapore to work, and yeah, they would be able to get job if they are from those kind of field. Shamira, for engineering, which country is the best? There's no saying which country is the best, Shamira. If you ask me specifically, all country has got very strong engineering background. Okay, which country you think is the best for you in terms of your allocation of your budget? I always tell people that when you choose to study abroad, speak to your parents. Okay, ask the parents, speak to us. We want to know what will be their planning in terms of the financial capability. Okay, and then we will know what will be the best options that they have. I have got students who go to study engineering in UK. I've got students who study engineering in Australia as well as Ireland. So no issue on that. Okay, all countries are about the same in terms of the quality. Then can I apply right? Can I right away apply to a university overseas on their web? Then you can apply something. Of course, you can choose to apply directly to the university. But why you want to have the hassle when you have experts like us that can help you for free? You must remember one thing, and the rest of the students, applying to university is just one step. After applying to university, you have other things that you must do, applying for visa. Okay? Of course, there are students who are very independent. I'm not saying that you are not then but if there is a company that has got the experience to guide you, isn't it better? Okay, so come to us, yeah, Study Hub, JS Study. We will be able to guide you and help you. Okay, so not an issue. Shamira, if I apply for Asian scholarship or whatever, all this third-party scholarship, will my studies overseas be fully funded? Okay, you have to ask them. You have to ask the company that is offering you the scholarship. As far as I understand, not all the scholarships allow you to go to study abroad. Some of the scholarships only cover you to study in Malaysia. Okay, of course, Asian scholarship will let you study abroad. I think in Singapore perhaps, but you have to check with some of the other scholarships available in the market. Okay, whether they will be covering you. The terms and conditions are obtainable in their website, in their fact sheet, so you can actually check with them. Yeah, Shamira. Government university, yeah, government university range. Like I said, if government university in Singapore, you have to be very you really have to try to work on it, to apply for full scholarship. In fact, applying to enter to a government university is tough enough. Furthermore, if you're applying for full scholarship from the government, unless you have something that the government wants you, when you have a special skill, you have got a powerful talent that the government wants you after your studies, maybe they'll give you a scholarship. Always remember, the scholarship given to a student, definitely there's a reason. Okay, the reason behind it is like what? So please ask yourself and ask the university. Can you apply Asian scholarship for any course? I am not too sure, Dan, to be very honest. I'm so sorry. I have not much of information about Asian scholarship for any course or not. Okay, so this one you have to Google Asian scholarship. There is a website and you have to look into it and try to see if they got the program that you want and the country of the scholarship. Sorry, Dan. In this society, you need more science stream or art stream people. I think they need both science and arts people. The world economy cannot function just in science, and the world economy cannot function just in art stream. Art stream as including business, architecture, design, communications, IT. Am I right, Rain? Okay, so it's not about what the society demands. Rain, I always tell this to students as a counselor, what would be your confidence and your interest? Because your confidence and your interest will help you to get to your goal, to be a powerful graduate one day. No point, I always tell this to students, yeah, to every one of you here, no point doing a program for the sake because it is high pay, because it is what the market is now offering so highly then and you have no interest in it and you go for it. Never ever do that, because you will never know during your study. For example, Rain, if you are let's say you are a if let's say you want to do, let's say you are not an engineering person, and somehow chemical engineering is a program now in the future. I'm giving an example, but you don't like chemical. Would you want to go for chemical engineering for the sake of the demand? No, you choose something that you are confident that in doing well. No, Singapore racism, I hardly heard of as well. Yeah, I don't really think there is. I'm sure there are some, but I cannot speak on behalf. I don't think so. It is so bad lah. Huh? So don't worry. Which country is the best for accounting and finance? Julia, again, all countries have got excellent accounting and finance major, excellent accounting and finance universities. So there is no one country that is the best for accounting and finance. You choose the country that you're comfortable in going, and then you will be able to afford, and then study in the university that offer you a good program in accounting and finance. Harari, sir, forensic science, which country has largest skills opportunity? If you ask me, I will tell you now at a nutshell, hey, go for Ireland. Okay? Anything that relates to bioscience, go for Ireland, because Ireland is the future for biosciences. Okay, you Google and check and see, every one of you here, if you love biosciences, engineering, there are many opportunities in Ireland. Okay, so if you're talking about largest skills opportunity, go to Ireland or UK. Australia, I doubt it. Okay, Asian scholarship. Wow, Rain, I'm so sorry. I really have no idea about the Asian scholarship. Do science stream students get the scholarship easier than art stream? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Asian scholarship, as far as I understand, they don't only just see your results, they also see your interpersonal skills and your talent and your koku. Okay, so there's no specific thing that science stream is easier. All right, how to keep in touch, sir? Okay, very good. How do I contact before you? Okay, I'm going to show you the next slide. This is where this is the offices that we have. Okay, if you can look at it clearly, there is the website, there's the email there. You can contact us, writing to us. You can actually personally, if you really want to. Yeah, we got office in Klang. Okay, in these few places, Mentakaf, Senakan, KK, Chencharoen, Seremban, Seremban 2. Okay, if you can see where you come from. Otherwise, if you really have to, hey, my phone number is here. Okay, quickly copy down my phone number. I'll be happy that if you can WhatsApp me, you can call me, you can do whatever you want with my phone. Okay, except for don't call me at night after 10 o'clock. Okay, I'll be happy to guide you through. Okay, all right. YJ, depending where you come from, if you come from Klang, walk in. If you're Seremban, walk in. Yeah, if you got the offices here, if you are from there, just walk in and ask them. Okay. Yeah, the numbers are all here. Okay, Study Hub Advisory. Can interest really be a job? Of course, when interest can always become a job, but again, depending on what interest. So what's your interest? In fact, you must do something that you are interested in, isn't it? But then again, it is very subjective, Rain. Call me, okay? I will let you know more about interest-based career. Okay? All right, everyone. What's the minimum requirement to apply overseas? Minimum requirement is your SPM, your O-levels, enough. Okay, you can apply for using your O-levels, SPM, going to a foundation program, going to a pre-U program, going to a pathway programs in overseas. Otherwise, you should complete your pre-U here and then you do your degree in overseas. Your pre-U can be your like A-levels, OSMED, SCPM. These are all possible. Okay. All right. 我不会看华语字啊 ，YJ 写什么啊？
他问你在哪一个 branch？
哦，我是在芙蓉的 YJ。I'm from Seremban. Where are you from, YJ? Where are you from? Of course, Sim Yi, you can contact us for local studies. Yeah, contact us for anywhere. to study. Oh, Klang, YJ, if you're from Klang, come to our Klang office. If you want to see me personally, I'll be there. Just let us know when you want to come. I'll be there to see you. Okay? I go there once a week, or maybe, at least once a week. Okay? All right? Okay, everyone. All good? Any more questions? I hope that you learned a few things tonight. Okay, I don't have a lot in detail to share with you. I'm so sorry because again, you see, even like now we passed 1 hour, but feel free to just ask us anything at all in any of our branches here, or myself. My phone number is here. Stay tuned. Remember to like our Facebook, like and follow us in Instagram. Please do it now because we are having a lot more webinar coming in April and May. Thank you, everyone. I really wish you all the best. Yeah, these 2-3 months, don't just slip through. Start to think about your future. It's very important. Critical 3 months now you have before your experience result comes out. Okay, and then plan ahead your future. Cannot plan? Come and see us. We will be more than happy to help you. Thank you. Again, I'm Jeffrey, and I'll keep in touch with you again. Thank you. Love you all. Bye.